Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today we are doing another pick a card tarot reading, or pick a photo tarot reading if you will. And we're going to focus on where this connection is going. So what I need you to do is think of whatever connection, relationship, situationship that is on your mind right now, and hold this connection in your mind as you ask your higher self, the universe, whomever, where is this going? So in this reading, we're actually going to start with an energy check where we're going to look at you versus them, just seeing if you selected the right group. Then we will take a look at where you want this connection to go and where they want this connection to go. And we will follow up with where you think this connection is going versus where they think this connection is going. And we will finish with where this connection is actually going. And then we'll also get some messages from the romance angels and Mama Moon. So once you feel ready, take a look at all three groups on screen. We have group number 1 with the cake, group number 2 with the bird, and group number 3 with the luggage. Just feel whatever one of these groups you feel drawn in towards, pulled in towards, not even necessarily basing it off of aesthetics, but just the one that your eye keeps going back to, you feel intuitively drawn in towards. That is your group, and you can skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps, or you can watch through. If you're asking about multiple connections, pause in between selecting each group. So think of one connection, select the group. Think of the other connection, select the group, maybe write them down and do it that way, okay? Once you feel ready, let's begin. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what is going on with this connection. Where is it going? This first part of the reading, we're actually going to take a deep dive into where you're at versus where the person you're asking about is at. And this will just be like a quick energy check to see where you both stand in your individual lives as well as this relationship. So I am setting the intention that the left-hand side is going to be you and the right-hand side is going to be your person. But always when I do these readings, there are a few people who are like, I'm on the right hand side, and that is fine. That is fine. I'm just going to keep referring to the left hand side as you, but if you do find yourself in the right hand side, then you're just going to have to like filter that out, and view this reading as if it were in reverse, okay? I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. If there's anything in this reading that does not resonate with you or your situation, it may not be for you, or it may resonate at a later date. So keep an open mind about that. If everything in this is like absolutely not my pile, go back and select another pile, or there just may not be any messages for you in today's reading. So let's dive into it. You are being represented by the bat, beautiful air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You don't have to have those signs, but they are coming out quite strongly. Some of you guys may be a little night owl, night bat. You may have like an even like darker, edgier aesthetic. Whenever I look at the bat, I just think of like goth mommies. So some of you guys may resonate with that. I don't know. We're just being into the more esoteric side of life, which is not a surprise because you're literally watching a tarot reading. Okay, there's something spiritual about the bat as well, being able to move around in the shadows without seeing, using their little system of viewing the dark. The bat spirit to me really represents someone who has a very strong intuition, and they can very confidently navigate new and uncomfortable situations. So in this relationship, I feel like you're completely comfortable and confident heading into it. I'm getting the sense that like you're totally fine with sharing your feelings, being open. You're not trying to hide anything, and you're comfortable in this territory. So that is coming out as very prominent for you. Your person is being represented by the sea serpent, which is another very spiritual energy, and this could be water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, doesn't have to be though. We also see the Ouroboros here with the serpent eating its own tail in a never-ending cycle, and this is very fated. Your person may either be someone who triggers a lot of spiritual awakenings in people, or there's something about them that sort of has this intense healing quality, this intense spiritual quality. So they may be in the healing arts of some sort, or the creative arts of some sort. They don't have to be, though, but their energy is very intense. And, this is the type of person who they probably like just meet someone for the first time, and that person just immediately opens up to them and lets out all of their traumas and just weirdly feels safe and comfortable doing that. So I feel like one thing that you guys both have in common is that you're both very spiritually awakened, and into this lifestyle, I guess you could say, or into the more esoteric healing arts, psychology, manifestation, shamanism, things like that seem to be very prominent here. Now, the one difference between the two of you, I would say, is that you probably are a little bit more practiced in this. Like, you probably know the terminology. You probably have studied these things. You're more refined with it and comfortable in entering more spiritual spaces, comfortable in entering more in-depth conversations. You have no tension, anxiety, or issue with opening up a deep discussion about the universe or your feelings for someone or where a relationship is going. There's no subject that you shy away from, and you are pretty fearless. I'm getting a sense of bravery from you, where it's like you will absolutely head first into something unknown. You have an open mind about that, which is amazing. Whereas this person feels like they're very natural in those elements, but there's a sort of raw element about them where they're not quite as refined. So for example, if you're both into like spiritual work, you may both have like intense paranormal or spiritual experiences, but you know how to protect yourself, like you know the ins and outs, and they may not know those things. Does that make sense? All right, moving on. Yes. Okay. So I feel like you're open arms, ready for this relationship, for this connection. It feels like you are pretty accepting of this person and where things are going. Arms are open. And both of these, they have similar body language. The bat and this angel on this card are both facing it head on, very direct. I feel like you're someone who likes to have direct conversations. You don't like any wiggle room for like not knowing where you stand with someone. Like situationships are your worst nightmare. You like knowing exactly where you stand in someone's life, and I feel like you're pretty open to this connection. They have compromise. Okay, so there's an element about your relationship where this person may need to compromise, or you may need to meet each other in the middle. Now, this could be many, many different things for all the different people watching. For example, this could be a long distance connection where you're gonna have to find some sort of compromise on how often you see each other, who goes where, etc. This could be an emotional difference. This could be a difference in communication styles. For example, this person may not be the type of person who likes to text every day. Maybe they're more of like a phone call twice a week type of person, whereas you're like wanting to check in with people every day and you're more open to that. There's somewhere in this relationship where a compromise needs to be made. You may have some negative feelings towards this person because of whatever area that is that needs compromising. Like I said, for example, you may be someone who likes to stay in touch every single day. Or like texting like good mornings, things like that. And they may be more so like, I'd rather just wait and have like a deep and meaningful conversation every couple of days or like once a week or whatever. And neither of you are wrong for having these preferences or these opinions. So try not to let that create any negativity in this connection is what I want to say, or build any resentment or negative feelings towards your person. If they have that sort of difference, it's not that they don't like you, it's just that they're different and they have a different way of communicating. And the intensity about them that you fell in love with or that you admire so much, that plays into their communication. I don't know why I'm using communication as the example. Maybe that's literally the issue for some of you. But there's definitely some compromises needed here. It's like the thing that you love the most about them is also the thing that annoys you the most in some way. Like you may love and adore the intensity of conversation that you're able to have with this person, how long you're able to communicate with. But the thing is, if you have this like constant texting communication all throughout the day, that same intensity that you fell in love with will not exist anymore. So like I said, there's some sort of compromise that needs to happen here. And that may be the case. That may literally be the compromise where they're intense, but not consistent, and you are consistent, but in your relationships long term, maybe they become more friendship or like family, like companionship type of relationships, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So I just think that when you blend your two energies, it will have like a really beautiful outcome. So be open to compromise. We have door to personal healing and happiness in reverse coming out for you guys. I honestly think you need to admit your feelings to this person. I feel like you do have very strong feelings and this person does make you happy. Having this card come out in reverse though shows that there are some walls up for you. And these walls may be triggered by the difference in your relationship, whatever that may be, whether it's how often you communicate, whatever. You may be putting walls up for that reason. But Spirit's saying like, how cool would it be if you just like allowed yourself to walk through this door and say, hey, sea serpent person, like I have feelings for you. You make me very happy. I enjoy this connection. I'm open to it. I want it to happen. So that's where I stand. Where do you stand? Very direct like that. And I can see you doing that because I get this very direct sort of like communication that comes from you, which is really amazing. And I also feel like your person appreciates that so much in you because they may get in their head a little bit more, get caught up in these like thought loops, or it's just like you make things very simple and direct. And even when it comes to deeper spiritual matters that you guys love talking about, like the way you speak about it is just so much more plain and simple, which is the mark of a good teacher, by the way. A good teacher is someone who is able to explain the most complex theories to even a child, And I feel like you're able to do that, and you put things in simple terms, which this person really appreciates and loves about you. So their energy is, oh my gosh, angel of love in reverse. How about that? Pretty similar energies you're both carrying towards each other, where it's like you have some deep feelings, you have some love, you both want this to happen, but why are you holding back? Oh my gosh, why are you holding back? The angel of love is here. Door to personal healing and happiness for you. I mean, this is really beautiful, but you're both in a phase in this connection right now where you are resisting the other person for some reason. So your archetype that's coming out is the Bardo. And I am going to read this from the book because to be completely frank with you, I have no idea what this means. So let's dive into it. The Bardo. This is from the Archetypes Oracle, which is a very interesting deck. So highly recommend it. Okay, it is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next. A liminal realm through which souls pass. Oh my gosh. Can I just pause and say here that this makes so much sense? And even like, look at this. Look at this imagery and then look at the sea serpent. They both look like eyes, don't they? I feel like you two connect on such a deep spiritual level. You both may have, you both may be on the shamanic path in life where you both act as these bridges into profound healing and spiritual connection for everyone that you meet. So that is just crazy. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. I want to pause and say a lot of you who selected group number 1 are mediums, okay? You are shamans. You are very psychically, spiritually gifted in some way. Your soul exists at this space that we're reading into here, the Bardo, or you could call it like the bridge, the portal. Okay, you exist there. The hedge witches. Some of you are hedge witches. Oh my gosh. In the bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, and to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to the earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. You guys exist in this intense place, and I love it. You have timeless wisdom in your soul and beautiful spiritual connection. And that's also the lens in which you're viewing this relationship. So I feel like you can love all of the parts of this person that has gone unloved and unappreciated by other people. You can forgive them for things that you thought like you would never forgive someone for. I'll give you an example. For the longest time, I just could not date people who had a history of cheating. Like, I just couldn't do it. Even if it was only a one-time thing, like 10, 15 years ago in their past, there was something about that just rubbed me the wrong way, and I would immediately lose feelings. But I got to a place in my life where I can now forgive people who have genuinely changed, of course. And so I don't know, I see you at that space as well. So that's very interesting. But the light attributes of this is spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. And when you're in your shadow attributes, group number 1, you experience torment, dislocation, hallucination, transience. So you guys are very spiritually powerful. Oh my gosh. This is the in-between, the transitionary phase of life, and they're being represented by the lover. Oh my gosh, the lover. They have the angel of love. This person is in love with you. I could say that very confidently, and they may already have told you that, which is beautiful. But because I read yours, I'm also going to read theirs, to make it fair. Interesting. We're going to read all about their lover archetype. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This person may be an artist of some sort, whether they're like a musician, doing artwork, I don't know, gardening, decorating, things like that. The very sensual side of life is where they enjoy existing. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. I need to pause again and say, this is a really intense, spiritual, beautiful love that I'm picking up on, where it's not just like you guys are talking in the 3D, like you are both consciously aware of your 5D selves and you allow your souls to blend. And this is a very refreshing reading for me to do, because usually I keep doing readings for you guys where it's like you're aware of the 5D and you're with these Joe Schmoes who like aren't even aware of their actions in the 3D. Like they're not even aware how their words affect other people, or like they're just completely asleep. So this is a very refreshing reading. I'm liking this. There is some resistance and we'll unpack that, but I mean, this is also like, I feel like if you guys have ever like had sex with each other, it's like making love. Like it is spiritual. It is like, oh my gosh. Okay, moving on. I lost my spot. By the slow merging of self and other, this energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. And when this person is in their shadow attributes, they have connection, expansion, devotion, and awe. When they are in their shadow attributes, they may experience indulgence, attachment, and obsession. Okay, so I feel like one of the biggest problems between you guys is that this sea serpent person that you're dealing with, they are very intense and they are very much in the present moment with everything that they do. And because of that, when you guys aren't together like physically, I feel like this is the type of person who's very much present in the spaces that they're at. So if they're doing art, if they're making music, if they're working, if they're with friends having conversations, they are really there. Their energy is very intense in that way. And because of that, they may not be the type of person to constantly have their phone around, which is very unusual in this day and age, which I understand why that would make you uncomfortable, because this is someone, you know, who's very rare to come by, I would say. So that may be an issue that you guys encounter. Another thing that I am seeing here is that this person, they are intense, they are deep, they're spiritual. I feel like you, group number one, your soul has been through, like, you've been through the valley of the shadow of death. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have experienced great suffering and traumas, trials, tribulations, challenges. This person, I'm not saying they haven't experienced that either, but I feel like you've experienced it to an intense degree. And it's almost like your soul had to die over and over and over again, have these ego deaths, these traumas, these near-death experiences. And that is what awakened your mediumship abilities. And that is what awakened your spiritual connection. So there's like an edge to you. And because of that, it's like this person is the sun and you're the moon. And you're in love, which is beautiful. But you don't see each other all the time. Okay, think of the actual like physics of the sun and the moon. Okay, the sun kisses the moon like not all of the time. When it's a full moon, the sun and the moon are completely like making out, like kissing each other. That's why the moon is lit up, because the sunlight is hitting it. Even then, half of the moon is still in the shadows. You always will have this whole second half of you that no one will see. And that is your deep spiritual half that traverses the cosmos. This person can try to see that part of you, but they will have to do a lot of spiritual growth and like literally awaken their own like shamanic connection in order to see that half of you. So from the start, you're shrouded in shadows. And, you know, your connection, like the moon wanes, you know, and then eventually it's the new moon where you're entirely by yourself, radio silence in this connection. And, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor, but I feel like that may be causing some anxiety. Maybe it's like there is consistency, but it's like consistency in an inconsistent way. Consistent inconsistency. You know, when this person does talk to you, it's intense, but when they're not there, they're really not there because they're somewhere else, because they're fully present in like most of what they do. And that's where the compromise needs to be made. Okay. So anyways, your major arcana card here, and I just saw 2020. Wow. Look at that. What did I just say? Oh my gosh. The moon, like I said, you're the moon. Watch, they're going to get the sun. They're probably not, because I just probably jinxed myself. Yeah, they got justice. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, I actually like that they got justice though, because this shows that they mean right by you. They're somebody who is trustworthy. And I'm noticing the scales here as well. So this person is 100% trustworthy. They're not going to do wrong by you. They're not going to lie, cheat, steal, any of that. I do feel that very strongly. You have such an edge, a spiritual edge to you. It's crazy. And I do feel like you're open to this connection. They are in love with you. So let's see where this is going. Let's move on. Okay, so for this portion of the reading, I am going to use two different versions, the like same deck, Rider-Waite-Smith deck, for you and them to keep it very fair and balanced. And I'm going to get 3 cards to represent where you both want it to go, and then 3 cards on each side on where you think it will go, and then we'll get one long row out of where this connection actually is going. So first we're going to start with you. Where do you want this connection to go? Page of Wands. Okay. I feel like you're very inspired by this person and you do want to communicate more. The Page of Wands is a card of communication via texting, calling, all that. And I think you really do want more communication with this person. Like, you just want to see them more, talk to them more, see where it's going. I totally got that from you earlier. And, you know, also the fact that you're being represented by an air animal and they're being represented by water. Anyone with strong air placements Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and you may not even have those placements, but I'm seeing this in you, really values communication, consistent, constant communication. That's the one value of air signs. They love talking, they love conversation, exchanging ideas, staying in contact and communication. It's a beautiful side of life. Whereas the water signs and water energy, they also enjoy that, but they don't need that. And I feel like one thing about water signs is that they're okay with a comfortable silence. We see the Nine of Cups in reverse for you. Okay, I feel like where you're at is like just this place where you're trying to get your personal life a little bit together. So like your career, your finances, it may not be exactly where you want it to be, and you're trying not to lose sight of your personal goals as this relationship sort of takes a hold of your mind, I guess you could say. You're just trying not to lose track of what you're trying to do with your personal life. So I do see that you're not 100% happy with where you're at in life in some way. And this could be your health. This could be your finances for most of you, I'm seeing, honestly, or your career, like wanting to grow your career. And you have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which, okay, I'm going to be honest with you. This is giving me, I'm not seeing that you are needy. I feel like you feel needy because it's like, well, I want to talk to this person more. Am I needy for that? Is this wrong? So I see you having these sort of concerns in your mind. And again, I feel like that's the biggest issue in your connection right now. Another thing I'm seeing in your energy is a little bit of resistance to this person. It feels like there may be a little bit of walls up for you because of this issue with communication. And you're almost not wanting to admit your feelings or explore this deeper. It's a strange energy. I don't know how to describe it. When this person does not give you that consistent communication, I feel like it makes you want to pull your energy back. Does that make sense? So I think you're a little bit in denial about your feelings, and there is some things that you could share. You just hate like thinking that you're needy. You're not needy, group number one. I want to say that. So where do they want things to go? They have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. You know what this honestly is telling me? I'm not getting cheating from this. I know a lot of people read it as that. I feel like currently you guys must be in a weird spot where you might have been friends or like said you were very platonic, and then it must have like somehow shifted a little bit. Three of Cups in reverse is showing me that your person does not want to be friends with you. Okay? Like they want more than that. And you may be in an undefined space with this person now, or if you are just friends, this is big confirmation that they want more. You know, they aren't really interested. Oh, Six of Pentacles. They aren't really interested in keeping up like this surface level relationship, this, oh, we're just friends, you know. And also Six of Pentacles is a great sign. They want to give to you. They want to care for you. They want to break those walls down. They want an equal back and forth. And there's those scales again. The scales keep coming up on their end. And you know what? Those are the scales of Libra, which honestly represents more serious relationships and balance and harmony, justice, you know, everything's out in the open. So this person, I feel like wants something. Ooh, Two of Cups in reverse. What? Oh my gosh. This just got so confusing. Oh my gosh. I feel like, oh my gosh, I need a clarifier. I need to clarify this, Spirit. Why did the Two of Cups just come out in reverse? What the heck is that about? Ten of Cups in reverse. They are not happy with where you're currently at right now. They really aren't. Wow. I feel like whatever your dynamic is with this person right now, they want to end that dynamic. Okay, so for example, if you're in a situationship with this person, they do not want to be in a situationship with you. So ending this dynamic could mean like ascending your level of commitment or descending your level of commitment. They just know that they're not comfortable in this weird spot that you're at. They're not happy in this weird spot that you're at. This is a very intense person, and they had the Lover card come out, which to me shows like they get obsessed quite a lot. Like their feelings are very, very intense. They had the Angel of Love come out in reverse, and I almost feel like this person is oscillating back and forth between should we ascend or should we descend? I mean, one thing I see for certain is that they're not comfortable where you're currently at. They are someone who enjoys the present moment, enjoys the feelings of the present moment, and they're trying to enjoy where you're currently at. But I feel like their mind is just all over the place. Like, this is interesting. Wow. I want one more clarification on their end. I want to ask Spirit, like, do they want to ascend or descend this relationship? Ascend or descend? Sun reverse. They want to ascend. Okay, but there's like some sort of blockage in happiness here. They're definitely not happy where you're currently at. And I feel like it's because their feelings are a lot stronger than where you currently are at allows them to have. How about you? Do you want to ascend or descend? Do you want to ascend or descend your level of commitment? We have the King of Wands reversed and the Star reverse. This one's hard to say. I feel like you need more communication on their feelings. A part of you wants to feel a little bit more appreciated and seen by them. But group number one, you're going to have to allow yourself to be seen by your person and, tell more stories about yourself. Let them know who you are. And I just saw 2, 3, 4 on the clock. There may be some ego here, some spiritual ego in particular, a very specific brand of ego that you may be feeling from your person. And that may be like they think they are this person who knows a lot. They have these deep experiences. They may be very spiritually gifted, but it's like you walked through the shadows. You're way more refined in your knowledge on certain subjects. And this person at times can give you the sense of being a know-it-all or having a strong ego. So I feel like you're going to have to see them release that ego a little bit before you want to proceed with this connection. Okay, so where do you think this relationship will go? That was what you all want. I feel like you're going to have to see a little bit more development, a little bit more time pass, and like observe their actions towards you. With them, they're gonna have to get their emotions together. I don't know what to tell them. Okay. Where do you think this relationship is headed? Oh, I just saw Justice kind of flip over. Did you see that? And I just saw 222 on the timer. Oh my gosh, that's the relationship number. All right, we have the King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Interesting, these kings coming out in reverse. Oh, 3 of Swords in reverse. And Judgments in reverse. Oy vey. I do wonder for some of you if this is like a connection where you tried to make something work in the past and it got confusing, which led you into this weird situationship in the first place. Maybe you like tried dating or were in a situationship, decided to just be friends. That clearly didn't work out. And now it's like deciding where the heck you are now. This is confusing. I feel like you feel like this might not work out, and there will be a lot of healing for both of you. But I feel with King of Swords reversed, this person may not be as communicative as you want, which may be the reason why you don't think this is going to work out. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles ever so slightly in reverse here. So it's like if this is gonna work, you guys need to compromise on how often you communicate what you are, and you're gonna have to get very, very clear about where things are at. I said I was only gonna pick 3 cards, and here I am shuffling nonstop. All right, where do they think this relationship will go? Where does your person think this relationship will go? The Empress. Oh, they have a lot more optimism than you do. I could see that. You're the moon and they're the sun. Also, they are very attracted to you. The Empress, to me, this is a weird message, but they may visualize like having a family with you. The Chariot in reverse, for some of you, there may be distance. That may be a big factor here. This could be long distance. There could be some emotional distance. Okay, so that would have to change. We see the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, they really love you, guys. They are really attracted to you. They view you as this person who is just really in control of your own destiny, a really good leader, fearless, bold, you know, going after your dreams, your desires, your wants, your needs, very cultured. And we have the Three of Pentacles. They want to work with you to have a long-lasting connection. They do have this huge fear here, though, that you're not going to be able to move forward together, that the blockages in this relationship are going to be too big to move forward on. So I will say, hands down, you are in a lot more of a pessimistic mindset about this relationship than they are. So you may want to control your negative thinking if this is a relationship that you want to work out. Because right now it seems like you're in this place here where you don't see reconciliation, or you don't see this ascending to a deeper, more serious level. Okay, and they want that, but they fear that the challenges to get there may be too big, but they're willing to talk to you and work with you in order to figure all of that out. Interesting. Oh boy, I can't wait for this portion of the reading. Now we're going to dive into where this is actually going. Okay, and this is from the After Tarot, which is based off the artwork of the original like Smith's artwork in the tarot, and it shows like an after image, but where is this actually going? Where's this connection actually going, Spirit? We have Three of Swords reversed. Okay, so you were right on the money with that. Clearly there is healing, there is forgiveness taking place here. I think this is a connection where you both actually have evolved and became better people. This may have been a connection where you had to separate at some point in time because you both weren't like ready for the intensity that this relationship offered. Two of Swords reversed, okay? You may not be 100% communicating at this exact moment, or you could be in communication, but it's quite sparse, and you're not seeing any forward movement just yet. Okay, let's see where else this goes. Let's see the story of how this relationship unfolds. For some of you, I do honestly wonder if there's something here about someone being in your life already. Because they had the Three of Cups in reversed, and now this Two of Swords depicts what I'm perceiving as you in the middle, and then two men crossing swords for your love and affection, and you're not making any decision. So I do wonder if you're technically single and like dating or seeing someone else, or like on the dating apps or whatever, or if some of you are even like ethically non-monogamous in an open relationship, whatever, and this person, you know, is a little bit afraid to come forward because of that. I don't know exactly what the story is, but I am feeling like a part of the hesitation here could be that this person does not perceive you as being 100% single, available, whatever. And there could be a little bit of like territorialness there. We have the Ten of Wands coming out in reverse. Interesting. And even if you are 100% single, you know, this could be you still being friends with an ex, whatever. I'm not saying it's unhealthy, but this is something on this person's mind. Ten of Wands in reverse is showing, again, some sort of blockage, responsibility that prevents you from really opening up to each other. And again, this could be a physical distance. This could be you both really having a busy schedule, working on your own lives, careers, etc. And that may be why this person isn't as forthcoming with communication or consistent, or like not texting you all day or not calling every day. Like, you know, it may be because they have a lot going on in their life. And so if this were to work out, you guys are going to have to make room for the relationship to work out, and maybe, you know, drop some responsibilities, some friendships, something that consumes a lot of your time, and make room for each other. The question is, will you do that? We have the Five of Wands in reverse. You guys give me argumentative energy, but like not in a bad way. I just think you guys get into like philosophical debates quite a bit. And that may be something where you need to learn how to respect each other more on. Four of Wands in reverse. So much fire energy. There's a lot of passion here. Like I said, your sex life is pretty good. Four of Wands in reverse shows the desire for longer term commitment, living together, marriage, whatever it may be. But it is in reverse. So again, we keep coming up into some form of problem that needs to be compromised on. And I can't get a clear reading of the future until you have a conversation and meet each other in the middle, until you're able to compromise on this. So it is a little strange. We have Justice coming out again. Okay. Equality, viewing each other as equals despite going through different circumstances. This may be a relationship where one of you had a very wealthy upbringing and the other had a very poor upbringing, which may further, and I feel like if that's the case, you may have been the one who is less privileged here or have gone through a lot more in life in general. And it's like you come from two different places in life, but you ended up with the same intense type of spiritual, like personal connection to spirit. And you may share that with each other and bond over that and see each other as equals. Whereas in the past, you may not have felt like this person viewed you as an equal. You may have felt like they had a very strong ego, and that ego was actually a mask that they wore to prevent themselves from being triggered, to prevent like trauma. And they may have also been raised in a narcissistic environment and taken on some of those traits. I'm not saying they're a narcissist. I do not see that. But, you know, that may have been an issue for you in the past. We have the Fool in reverse. Oh my gosh, I hate this reading because it's like, will you or won't you? Just dive in. That's up to you guys. Right now, I feel like you in particular are quick to shut this door. The second it feels uncomfortable. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just you've already been through so much in life. It's like you just want peace now. You want to focus on yourself. You know, you may not have even been looking for love. Universe may have just brought you this connection, this person back around or around for the first time. And it's like, will you accept the challenge or not? Group number one. It's kind of up to you. I'm going to say it is kind of up to you when to take that leap of faith, if you take that leap of faith. It's a huge question here, and it's hard to get a reading on what's going to happen in the future because I feel like there's more conversations you need to have with this person. You need to share your feelings, your intentions. You need to decide if you want to pursue this further and escalate or de-escalate. Right now where you're at is not causing happiness, okay? So you can't stay where you're at with this person. So you need to have an authentic conversation with them about escalating, de-escalating. And if you were to do either of them, what would that look like? What would the new boundaries be? What would the expectations be? How often do you want to communicate? How often do you want to see each other? And get very, very clear on the specific details of how you're going to navigate this relationship. I feel like that is what you need to do. So is there any other messages? Where is this connection actually going? Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Unexpected changes and shifts. This is a love that feels very unexpected. There's challenges you'll have to cross in order to get to it. And you may have already crossed some of them with this person because I do feel like you both evolved and healed yourselves in some ways. But something keeps drawing you back to each other. Five of Swords in reverse. Exactly. Like you walked away. I feel like you may have walked away from this person in the past because their ego was so strong. And you may have thought in the past that this person was a narcissist or full of themselves. They may have came across as like, you know, somebody who wants to be a guru or someone who thinks they know it all because they have this special information. I call it the spiritual ego. And I see this in so many people who have spiritual awakenings. And then there's like a hopefully short period of time where there's just such a strong ego because you have access to information that most people are asleep to. And it just sometimes in a lot of people, creates such a big ego. And, you know, that's like one beginning point in the spiritual awakening journey, I feel. But most people outgrow that phase because life, the universe, then quickly humbles them. So this person may have gone through that phase and right now they're being humbled. And because of that, you know, you feel like this relationship may actually stand a chance. Wow. We have the 10 of Swords. Wow, yeah, there is a complete ending. If this didn't already happen in the past, this may be your future story, by the way, but I feel like for a lot of you, this already happened, where you walked away because they had big ego and you put this relationship to rest. We have the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, you both had to find yourself as individuals, focus on yourself instead of so heavily being like obsessed or focusing on your relationships. You had to focus more on your own individual spiritual journeys. So let's see. And you know, something that could have led to like marriage, long-term relationship ended in the past with this person. Let's see what comes out. The Hermit in reverse. This is separation. This is ending, going your own ways, which triggers so much spiritual growth within the both of you. Final card out. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. Yeah, this is a tricky one, guys. I feel like you had to or have to go your separate ways from this person, and allow them to sort of evolve more spiritually on their own. Get rid of some of that ego that may have been holding you back in the first place. And I feel like when you least expect it, the universe brings the two of you back together in some way. When you least want it, when you least expect it, when you're not even looking for love, when you're not even looking for connection, it comes in. And every time you guys come back together, profound spiritual awakenings happen between you two. There is an intense energy between you two. It's like you awaken Kundalini within each other. You awaken deep spiritual truths, and it's almost like you're each other's spirit guides, and you go your separate ways, you do your own things, and then you come back together randomly. And when you do come back together, you just give each other so much food for thought and really trigger massive amounts of healing and conscious awareness and light onto each other's wounds, onto what needs healing within each other, what needs growing within each other. And, you know, I feel like this cycle that you share has been happening in many lifetimes in the past. And, you know, in a certain amount of those lifetimes, you do get to the point with this person where you've done enough healing, both of you separately, where you can enjoy a life together and commit in a sort of higher way and have a more peaceful connection, one that's not so triggering. I don't know which point of that you are currently with when it comes to this person. So you'll have to listen to your intuition and discern if you are at the point with them where you genuinely think like, okay, we still trigger each other. We still trigger so much spiritual healing and insights within each other right now, but we've both done enough healing to sustain a longer term connection. That's something that you're going to have to ask yourself. And then even if the answer to that is like, oh yeah, we have done that, like we are good, I still feel like there may be some other challenges to overcome here, such as either like long distance or some form of communication difference that you need to like sort of bridge the gap on. So that's what I'm seeing. Let's get some advice from the romance angels. So first I actually want to get a message from Mother Moon, because the moon rules over our relationships. You have a close connection with her anyways. So let's see what she has to say about this. North Node, step out of your comfort zone. I think this is a connection where I would invite you to just put all your cards on the table and tell this person exactly how you feel, exactly what's on your mind, exactly what you want, and just see what happens, then leave it to the universe, leave it to this person, and see where things go from there. I feel like there's no point in just sitting in the unknown and stressing yourself out. Don't be afraid to make bold decisions about this, bold conversations, bold statements, okay? Let's see what your advice is from Mama Moon. This person constantly pushes you out of your comfort zone as well, I feel. Just, that's their spirit. That's just the energy they give off. We have flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. Yeah, I feel like that's a good message for you, because I feel like you are a little bit in a negative mindset when it comes to this connection, and it's like Spirit's saying practice being in that lighter mindset, practice letting your walls down with this person. They're a safe person to do it with. We have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. And again, this is a very good piece of advice for you, because I feel like there is something about this connection that does feel not what you normally prefer. Okay, whether that's how often you communicate, or the dynamic, the energy, or for example, you may have never thought you'd find yourself with someone who's long distance, and this person is, and or you may have never thought you'd be with someone who's like in an open relationship or polyamorous or something, and this person is, or you are, or you may have never thought, there's so many different examples of this. I'm not saying those are your examples, but there's something here where it's like there's something about the way that they go about relationships that is something that you never really thought you could see yourself in, and vice versa. So you're both gonna have to keep an open mind to this. And also, this card is so funny to me because it literally looks like a three-way is about to happen here. Doesn't it? I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I mean, maybe for some of y'all, I don't know how freaky you are, but I just think that's funny. Moving on. Or it could be physically as well. Like you never thought you were physically attracted to certain elements about this person in other people, and then you meet them and you like them, and then you end up attracted to that. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, I feel like honestly this could be the most likely outcome for most of you. Ascending this connection with them as opposed to descending. One or the other is going to happen for sure though. And I feel like you guys have a repeating history of that, where it's like you try to meet in the middle and be friends. It never works out. And you either go your separate ways because you can't handle it. And I don't think you've ever actually ascended though. So this may be the first cycle where you actually ascend with this person, your level of commitment. So that is very interesting. We have very soon, this may be happening. Wow. Clearly decide what you want so it comes to you now. This is a very important piece of advice. Group number 1, decide what you want with this person, because I do feel like communication will be coming in soon from either of you. I can honestly see it coming in either side here. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Now, I'm going to say, guys, I do feel like you have feelings for this person. You get a lot of happiness from them, a lot of spiritual things awaken within you from this person. And Spirit's saying, why not explore that? The universe is a fickle little thing, because I feel like for many of you, you weren't even trying to manifest love. You're like, Spirit, I want money. I want health. I want career. I want my soul family. All right. What is with this? You may have actively been trying to avoid relationships and love, in fact, because of negative experiences. And then it's like the second you put yourself on that path, the universe is like, so how about a soulmate? Anyways. So funny, but they're saying, you know what, these are real feelings here, and don't let them just sit and be on standby. Express them to this person. Let them know. Flirt with them. Show them that lighter, softer side of you. We have, oh my gosh, reconciliation. I knew it. Someone from your past is returning to your life. If you guys never met this person before, I feel like you have definitely known each other in past lives, and you have this cycle with them where it's like you come into each other's lives, awaken all of this deep spiritual stuff within each other. It's very intense. Shadow elements are revealed. Light elements are revealed. It's almost like you both are connected to spirit. And because of that, when you come together, you just have this light of source energy pour onto you. And that light shows all of your shadows, weaknesses, challenges, as well as all the good stuff. But, at times, in this repetitive cycle, that may have been way too much and way too challenging for the two of you. And you may have like come together, saw those shadows, holy crap, separate. And then in your separation, worked through those shadows, come back together, same thing happened, separate. Worked through your shadows, come back together. And it's like, okay, we worked through the shadows enough to where it's not scary, it's not frightening, we don't have to run away anymore. We can be together and allow this beautiful connection to exist where it's at. So I feel like the most likely outcome for this relationship is an ascension of commitment. It may take a few tries, or it may have taken a few tries. This is a very intense connection though, and I don't blame you guys for not being quite, like, you had to do some evolution before the two of you can come together. You had to go your separate ways, focus on yourself, really. So if you're wondering, where was my person in the past? Like, where's the great love of my life in the past? That's why they weren't in your life. You had to do this soul ascension in order to handle the very high vibration of this connection, because it would have just been way too much. It probably has been way too much in the past for you to process all at once. And so feelings may have been triggered. A lot of ego may have stepped in this connection in the past to protect yourself, because again, it was just too frightening, too much to handle all at once, too many shadows being revealed all at once. And so defense mechanisms, ego, all of that may have stepped into this connection, causing some form of separation. So anyways, guys, thank you for joining me for this reading. Comment how this resonated with you down below. I'd love to hear about your relationship. Give me all the tea. I love that. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see where this connection is going. So we're going to start this reading off by looking into you versus them, just to do an energy check to make sure that you selected the right group and that everything's resonating. So my intention is that the left-hand side here is going to represent you, and the right-hand side is going to represent the other person in this connection, whoever that may be. Of course, for a few of you who have to be special, you're gonna feel like you resonate more with the right side, and that is totally fine. Just listen to this reading as if the right side is you in that case. I will be referring to the left-hand side as you guys, but just filter that out if you feel like you resonate more with the right side. And some of you may feel yourself and your person in both sides. If that happens, that just means you guys are very similar, and this is a relationship where you are mirroring each other a lot. Okay, so keep all of that in mind as we go on to this reading. And if anything does not resonate, don't force it to resonate. It may not be a message for you, or it may apply to you in the future and you just can't see it right now. But if literally nothing resonates, you may have just selected the wrong group, so you can go back and select another group, or there just may not be any messages for you in today's video. So let's get started. First card out to represent you is the crocodile. So we're getting water energy from you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And this shows me that you are very comfortable sitting in your emotions and not expressing them. You're very comfortable sitting in like a spiritual, emotional, psychological place. You're very observant of the very subtle shifts in energy from your person and from you and your own feelings. Like I said, you are very comfortable in that space. Your method when it comes to this relationship is actually just kind of seeing what happens and feeling the very subtle shifts and changes in energy, in emotion, in feelings, and just kind of see what happens. I feel like you're not necessarily at a space right now where you're going to be making any big moves towards your person. In fact, some of you may be hiding a little bit and not showing your true feelings to your person for whatever reason, but you are definitely there and definitely paying attention, okay? Your person is being represented by the horse, which is earth energy, and this would be like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They don't have to have that sign though. And also I love how like similar, like they're both black and white images, but the moon on the horse's forehead and the eyes are the same color. So I don't know why that just stood out to me, or at least they're similar colors. I feel like your person I'm going to be straight up direct with you. straight up direct. That's what I was going to say. It's just straight up direct. They're very direct with you. I was trying to say, I want to be straight up honest with you. This person is a lot more direct than you are when it comes to their feelings and the momentum of this relationship. They may not necessarily be as observant as you are. They may not be as psychologically aware, intuitively connected, and comfortable really sitting in an emotional space for long periods of time like you are. However, they are very strong. They are very grounded. And, what you see is what you get with this person. You'll never have to question their motives. As long as you ask them, they'll give you a straight answer. The horse spirit is one of the highest, what am I trying to say? One of the highest manifestations of earth energy in the animal kingdom. This person is very mature. You are also very mature. Let me get that straight. Okay. You are also very mature. You just have very different ways of moving in this connection. This person wants to charge right ahead, full speed, momentum building, extremely direct. They're also, there's a mystical sort of element about them as well. Whereas you are just sort of like waiting to see what happens, feeling the subtle shifts and changes and movements and energies. And when the time comes, you will strike fast. You will move fast. So, and I'm getting a clairvoyant visual with this. This person is very stable. They're like staircases, they go up and then rest, up, rest, up, rest. And it's very stable. They're letting you into their heart. They are telling you stories of them so you get to know them better. And they're building trust very consistently. Whereas the way you work, which this is such a symptom of being a water sign. So I would not be surprised if most of you had some significant water placements. You are very much laying low, shrouded in shadows, walls up, defenses up, as you observe everything that this person is telling you. And once you decide, okay, I can trust this person, there is this sudden shift that happens within you where you suddenly become very loving and vulnerable and open, but it's really out of nowhere. And it takes a few months, I want to say, for you to get to that point with someone. Whether it be a friend, a lover, anything. I do feel like your person is a little bit confused when it comes to you. Because they feel this draw towards you. They know that you're this powerful, mystical, magical person who is worthy of so much love and respect. But at the same time, you're a mystery to them. They feel like they've barely scratched the surface of who you are. They don't really know you. And those are your walls. That is your shadow element. But like I'm saying, once this person shows that they're trustworthy, that you completely change your energy. And even you can't really control this either. This is how you navigate in almost all of your relationships. So that's very interesting. Anyways, moving on back to you. You have big happy changes coming out from the Angel Answers Oracle. I feel like this person makes you very happy. I don't think you tell them that or show them that. They have no with an exclamation point. I am getting the sense that this person does not think that you like them because you are not showing. Honestly, guys, if you select group number 2, if you really like this person, you may need to be better at showing it. We're just going to put it there. Let's get more information. Your energy that's coming out is man holding a heart in reverse. Guys, why is it in love? I feel guided to ask this. Why do you love people and then suddenly you act like that you hate them? You guys might be the type of person where you'll meet strangers or have very casual friendships and you'll be like, oh my God, I love you, bestie. You're the best. You're a goddess. You're a god. You can do anything you want. You are so meaningful to me, blah, 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 blah. Then you actually develop a crush on someone or have genuine serious interest in someone. And suddenly you act like you hate them or you go silent. You barely talk to them. You put walls up tremendously high. I want to know what that's about. Okay, on a deep psychological level, like let's unpack this, guys. Like, and let's go back to the beginning. I'm not saying like what are your recent traumas, your most recent relationships, and how did they make you not trust, whatever. No, we're going back to the original source. Okay, what did your parents do to you? What happened to you in past lives that made you this way? I'm seeing a very specific image that I feel guided to share with some of you, and this is not going to relate to all of you, but I am seeing the past, and this feels very like 80s, 90s, early 2000s, maybe even 70s. So I know this is coming from your childhood. There's a lot of people watching, which is why there's so many different, decades coming through. But and I'm seeing here a vision of you being this happy, loving kid, like, all kids are, up until a certain point, and you kissing your parents, hugging them, showing them affection, being very playful, and they don't really return it. They may be busy with something, or they're just not affectionate. And I'm seeing you as a very little kid, like very little kid. I'm seeing like 4 or 5 years old, making the conscious decision to stop showing your parent as much affection because they're not reciprocating it. And that hurts you as a little kid. Okay, so we're doing some soul retrieval in this reading, okay? Like, this is getting deep. All right. You made the conscious decision to do that as a very young child. And you may not view that as a critical soul loss wounding, because you may not have any emotions tied up to that. Because in that moment you decided, okay, then I'll just stop having feelings for this parent. Like, I'll stop loving them in that way. Like, I'll stop being my soft, affectionate version with them. You made the conscious decision to stop being soft and vulnerable and playful and loving with a very close family member at a very young age. And that is why when you start having feelings for someone as an adult, you suddenly put all these walls up, and you suddenly kind of act like you don't like them and hate them. Whereas, with strangers, with casual friends, you're soft, you're loving, you're yourself. With strangers and with friends. So you need to unpack why it is that your heart shuts down. It's not that your heart shuts down, it's that the walls around your heart go up the second you start really admiring someone who really actually has interest in you. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, we have the Magician and the Mirror coming out as their energy. This person wants something with you, and they want your walls to come down. And I think for a while, they will work to do that. But I need to give you a warning here, group number 1. This person has a lot of self-respect, self-esteem, and I cannot guarantee you how long they will do that for. So you need to give them a little something, something, And by that, I don't mean like anything sexual. That came out really weird. You need to give them a little piece of your heart there. Come on, get a piece of your heart now, baby. You know you got it. If it makes you feel good, oh yes, dear. All right, Janis Joplin. Always coming through in readings nowadays. R.I.P. We're going to move on. All right, so your major arcana card that's coming out for you is the Moon, which also came out for group number 1. Some of you may have felt guided to group number 1 as well. If you have, go ahead and watch that. This is showing a lot of confusion, deeper subconscious energies getting in the way of this connection. There is a subconscious fear here of, if I let my walls down, let this person in, open my heart up to them, I am no longer in control of the situation. And if they decide, if I open my soft, warm, affectionate, playful side to them, and they decide to start acting cold towards me and not letting me in, that's just going to rub salt in this original wounding. There's an inner child within you who is trying to protect you from experiencing the pain that they felt when you were a child. And this could be a past life as well. It doesn't have to be your exact childhood. And they mean good by that, but I think it's time to integrate this child back into your soul and sit them down and explain to them, like, I love that you're trying to protect us, but we are an adult now, and we know the red flags of emotional avoidance. We know how not to get hurt again, and it's important for us to open our heart back up to the right people. Okay, it's important for us to embrace the unknown. Like, this person may do that. They may hurt us, sure. But we're never going to experience deep and vulnerable, beautiful love that we both want unless we open ourselves back up and risk that heartbreak happening. So you may need to sit down with your young child self and explain that to them. Wow. Their major arcana card is the Hierophant. Yeah, they're in a very serious place with you. You know, this is someone who wants all the traditional stuff, you know, when it comes to a relationship. Like, they may want that sort of like nuclear situation, like, okay, dating and then marriage and living together and possibly children, home. You know, that's what they want when I see the Hierophant coming out upright. They want to take this traditional approach. There's also something here about healing and going about the traditional methods of healing. They may really value either like finding community in like a church or therapy or something like that. You know, when I see the Hierophant, I see someone who's a student of life and wanting to become the best version of themselves. This person is pretty good. They just feel like you don't like them. All right. Your archetype energy that's coming out is the Vision. That's a beautiful card. And I'm actually going to read this from the book because why not? I read group number 1s from the book, so can't stop now. And the number 55 may be significant. Repeating 5s may be significant for you as well. Alrighty. It is said that we are each born with a unique vision, a destiny towards which we are aimed. It is also said that we forget this vision the moment we are born. Thus, we are sent on a lifelong journey of rediscovery. Such is the elusive nature of the vision. It slips away, yet it guides. It appears in strange dreams and surreal images, seemingly unattainable and preposterous. When we are connected to the vision, we carry an inspired, enchanted aliveness that others recognize. We trust the world and its synchronicities. We walk through new doors into wondrous opportunities. We all want to be near those with vision. They emit energy more potent than any elixir. When we lose connection to the vision, life becomes dull and exhausting, lacking meaning. Bring back the mystery, bring back the dreams. I feel, group number 1, that you live in this vision. You are this person that so many people are drawn towards, okay? You are so connected with a version of Earth that you are helping us evolve into. And I don't think you quite understand how deeply you help other people and how far your reach goes in humanity and in this world, and how much healing you have already done on this planet, and how much love and balance you have restored where darkness and shadows once existed. You know, you have helped many people on this planet, thousands. I can't even begin to explain the extent of your reach when it comes to this loving energy. A lot of people are drawn in towards you because you carry this vision. You're here for a particular reason. You feel very much like an earth angel or something equivalent like that, where I don't even know how to describe it. It's like we all crave stepping back into balance and alignment with this earth, back into that Garden of Eden energy that is this earth. You know, it's not something that we've left, it's something that was destroyed. And you're restoring that vision, and people are naturally magnetized to you because you carry that energy. You carry the wisdom of how to restore peace, harmony, balance back into the earth. That is your mission. That is why you're here. You have already done an extensive amount of healing. So many people are drawn in towards you. And you have a very self-actualized energy about you, where just the way you speak, the way you navigate your life, the way you just bumble about your little life with your flowers or your birds and your little teas and coffees, whatever the heck you do, People are drawn to it. And it's weird because the only time I feel like you lose sense of that vision and that energy is when you come back into contact with this critical wounding, okay? And you're being asked to get back into a sort of like more serious connection with someone, loving connection. And you emit so much love and healing and generous energy into this world. And you may be wondering in the back of your mind, like, why don't I receive that back from the world though? Why don't I get that back from the world? And the answer is in that critical wounding we talked about that needs to be healed. That part of your soul that receives love was left behind. It is in the underworld. It is in the lower realms. And you need to do some soul retrieval. Integrate that part of your inner child back, okay, that was lost. And for a lot of you, it feels like this lifetime in your own childhood, but it could also have been lost in previous lifetimes. The part of you that receives love from others was critically wounded, probably from a parental figure at an early age, where you just wanted to give love, kisses, hugs, playfulness freely. And they were too busy for you, or they were too avoidant. They were hurt themselves and they passed that down to you, and you experienced a critical soul loss in your ability to receive that love, okay? And it comes up in your relationships time and time again. And this is why you keep getting into relationships where you love people so deeply, but they're emotionally avoidant and they don't give it back, okay? Or you connect with people who are actually genuinely amazing for you, and you shut down. You don't show them parts of your personality, or you subconsciously like self-sabotage it. Why? Because it's in their nature to give, but you do not have the ability to receive. So do some soul retrieval, guys. Literally, I'll tell you how to do this if you don't know how to do soul retrieval. Think back to when this soul loss happened for you. Close your eyes and visualize the scene, whatever it may have been. It could have even just been like a general energy, whatever comes up. And you may even get visions of past lives. Just follow whatever comes up for you. Okay. And in that moment, I need you to sit down and give that child, that version of you, whatever it needed in that moment, and literally talk to it and explain the situation. Give so much love and kisses and playfulness and hugs, and ask that child, hey, like, come back with me. Let me take care of you now. Let's integrate ourselves back into each other. And let's put ourselves in situations, now that we're adults, where we only connect with people who are capable of giving love. I promise you, inner child, that I can take care of you. I can protect you from people who are emotionally avoidant, who won't give us that love anymore. We will not connect with people like that. And if we do accidentally connect with people like that, we will quickly remove them from our lives. But we deserve people in our life who are capable of giving that. And I need you to be integrated back with me so we can receive that love that we both want, that we finally can have. Wow. And then put it into cement, and so it is, and so it is. Open your eyes. And, I do want to say, after you do these soul integrations, there will be a period afterwards where some chaos may ensue, because that part of you that you reintegrated is still a child, and it will very quickly mature, but it will take a little bit of time, maybe a few days, weeks, whatever, but it will very quickly mature and come back to you as an adult. But during that process, after integration, it's important for you to do things for that inner child that, you may see as silly. Like, you may want to go to the store and buy some Dunkaroos for yourself. Them snacks that you dip in, the little thing. Or you may just feel silly and want a day to just be in your pajamas and play. And like, things like that may resurface. You need to make this inner child feel comfortable and safe to reintegrate back into your life so that way you can receive love again. You need to give the love to yourself that was critically wounded in your childhood or in past life. Okay, and let this inner child know, like, it's great to be here, reintegrated with each other. I will give you that love. And we're only going to connect with people who will give us that love. So, but you need to first like prove to that child that you're capable of giving that love to yourself. Okay. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So when your archetype is in its light attributes, you have a potent imagination, synchronicities happen, and you trust. When you are in your shadow attributes, you are disconnected from art and dreams. You feel listless and aimless. Wow. Okay. That was really deep. Let's dive into their archetype now. They have the prayer coming out. Oh my God. I was not expecting these readings to go as deep as they are. Wow. All right. So let's see. They have the prayer. Let me find that. I'm trying to remember my Roman numerals. That is 59, I believe. Or no, that is not 59. That is 65. Okay, there we go. LXV. I took Latin for 1 year. I'm very good at Roman numerals. What is prayer? When are we in a state of prayer and when are we not? To whom or what do we pray? Archetypally, the practice of prayer has been with us since the dawn of time as a remedy for the omnipresent self-centered thinking that spins us towards illusion. Prayer leads us beyond our ego as we move from our little story to the big one. Some say we are in a state of prayer anytime we are not the center of our own thoughts. Others say prayer is a natural result of gratitude. Perhaps it is simply surrender or service. Whatever prayer is for you, this card reminds us of its importance. Get quiet, low, humble, and soft. Bow and touch the ground as your heart lifts to the sky. Though it may be uncomfortable, it is time. Nothing else will do. And when your person is in their light attributes, they are offering to be of service and asking for guidance. When they're in their shadow attributes, they expect a lot of results and may be self-aggrandized, making themselves more than they're supposed to be. Your person is very good, very kind, and oftentimes they do things very selflessly. So I just really think they're a good person for you, to be honest. It's important for you to heal that critical wounding within yourself and express your love to this person and maybe even walk them through everything we talked about in this reading and what you need to do to heal in order for this relationship to unfold. But that was just the energy check, folks. Let's dive into the rest of the reading. Okay, I'm going to use 3 different variations of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck to get 3 different points of views here. First, we're going to tune into what you want to happen in this connection, what they want to happen in this connection. Then we'll tune into what you think will happen in this connection versus what they think will happen. And then we'll dive into what is actually going to happen in this connection. So first, let's start with you. What do you want to happen in this connection with your person? Even if we look at the cards, you're like swimming away from this person, like you're acting a little bit uninterested, even if you are, it's like a subconscious thing. Very interesting. Okay. We have the 2 of Pentacles. You want an equal give and take. I think, one of your biggest fears in relationships and all connections, friendships, everything is getting yourself into a connection where you're giving a lot more than you receive, where you're loving a lot more than they love. Unreciprocated love and romance is your biggest fear. And again, it all stems back to that critical wounding. And you probably, and I just saw 333 on the clock, you probably have had multiple relationships after that critical wounding that reconfirmed it for you. Like you may have been with lovers, situationships, relationships where you felt like you were just pulling teeth trying to get them to, show up for you, to love you. And you're sick of it. Consciously, you're sick of it. You want a love that gives as much as you give. But you're so comfortable in not having that you put up with that. And I'm not asking you to unpack and heal your most recent relationships. If you go back to the source, all of that will be healed anyways. You get what I'm saying? Whereas if you just heal from your last relationship, but you don't go to the source of what caused that last relationship, it's just going to keep repeating. We have the moon coming out upright. You guys have so much fear. Oh my God. You just want love. You just want to be seen and heard and loved and reciprocated, but it's a scary place to be. Exactly. 10 of Cups. You want the whole 9 yards. Like, you want your soul family. You want people who, you can rely on, talk to every day, support you. The 10 of Cups is like family, neighbors, home, marriage, children, like that. Very much like soul family community vibe. You want to be happy, you want to be loved, and I feel like you want this relationship. You really do, but you're afraid of it not being reciprocated. That's all you want, reciprocation and good old-fashioned love. That's all you need, because you have not had that before. You don't have any fancy expectations. Group number 1, you are not needy. You are like the least needy person, because you settle for a lot less than you deserve. You really do. You're the opposite of needy. You need to be more needy. You need to, have needs and express those needs and leave when that person cannot meet those needs. You think you're needy because you have a critical experience of wanting, needing love, attention, affection from someone who is not giving it to you. And you may not feel mad or angry or resentful at this person at all. If it was like a father or a mother, you don't feel bad towards them. And you may think like, I feel perfectly happy. Like, I am not mad. I'm not resentful. I get it. But what did that teach you about your relationships subconsciously? Oh my gosh, what do they want from this relationship with you, from this connection with you? What do they want? Guys, I feel like we're doing some deep work here. Your reading almost makes me want to cry. Like, I can't believe you guys think that you're needy. Oh my God, the world. They view you as the world. They want to be in your world. They want to see your world. They want to see you exposed. Notice how she's naked here? That's not just sexual, although there is also that. But this is seeing you bare, exposed for who you are. They want to be a part of your world. They want you to be a part of their world. They want that integration. They want that vulnerability. That's beautiful. They want you. And look, they're even looking over at you. They're looking at you head on. This person feels very good for you, but you can't self-sabotage it. Like, I just can't watch it. Your spirit guides are saying, we have watched group number 2 self-sabotage so many good possible connections because of this critical wounding. And you know what? This karma ends. It's ending right now. This is a huge karmic cycle that has lasted most of your lifetime. And you are literally ending it around the time that you're watching this video. So this is a very significant reading for you guys. This will change your love life forever moving forward. Queen of Swords reversed. Exactly. This is how you guys are acting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you are coming off as the Queen of Swords reversed to this person. Cold, unbothered, uninterested almost. Not even like paying attention to them. And, you may say to this person like, oh yeah, I'm interested, or like, oh yeah, I have a crush on you, but the energy, you're very reserved. You hold back a lot. There are walls up, and this person just wants to break those walls down. They really do. And they worry, what if that's just not going to happen? Because mind you, this person also wants love. Oh, we're getting really deep into your shadow side now, guys. The lack of affection that you've experienced from that critical wounding, you don't see how you have become that person who hurt you. Oh my God. I'm getting the chills. This is deep, and I'm sorry to say this, but like this is really healing for you. And I think after this reading, after today, after you reflect on this more, you will not be doing this hurting anymore. Wow, we oftentimes really do become the people who hurt us. And here's the thing, guys, I don't think you would be that way with a child. Let me clarify that. I don't think you would treat a child like that. I think this experience that you had was painful enough to where, like, if you have your own children or you want that, I don't think you're your parents towards them. I think you're probably 10 of Cups, a really wonderful parent. However, you act like that when it comes to your personal relationships. You know, you love someone, you want a strong connection with them, but the walls just go up and you act cold. Oh my gosh. I think there's going to be some serious changes after this reading with you guys. You know, they feel like you're not interested in them. And, you know, this person seems healed, you know, for the most part. And so they may not sit around for very, very, very long if you keep acting this way towards them. They don't want to create that same wounding that you went through within themselves, you know? Gosh. The Empress in reverse. Oh dear gosh, Lord. Oh my God. They really are attracted to you. They are magnetized to you. They know that you're that person who has that vision that we talked about earlier. Like, they know how loving you are, how deep you are, how connected you are. They see the Empress in you. 110%. But for some reason, they cannot comprehend why it's like the second you guys come together, it disappears and these walls go up. They see you in this Empress energy like 99% of the time in your life. You know, they see you in this Empress energy with other people, you know, whether they be friends, strangers, casual partners, whatever, your family, your children, I don't know, whoever the heck's in your life. Oh my gosh, this reading is killing me. Oh, you guys call this person up and tell them that you love them right now. I swear to God. I swear to God. Although the aspect of this reading that I do love is that the issue is within you. And let me tell you why I love that. Because that means that you're kind of in control here. Ball is in your court. You can make the changes. You're not waiting around for someone else to make changes, which is a horrible place to be. I hate that. We're moving on though. What do you think is going to happen in this relationship? What do you think is going to happen? You guys may get into this pattern where you're waiting for someone else to like kind of, you know, approach you, do all the work, but I don't think you realize how closed off you are. So it's like, why would they come forward with all of this love, emotions, and grandiose gestures when it's, how do I put this? I feel like you've probably experienced this in other people before, but you may not realize you do the same thing, where it's like your person can sense psychically that you have so many beautiful, loving feelings towards them on the inside. And your inner world is just this magnificent place of flowers and cosmos and just wonder. And they can sense that. But you have these like defense mechanisms that come up the second your heart starts getting involved in things. And they also acknowledge that. And that can be very confusing for people. And people who are very secure, just being honest here, will not stay tolerant of that for a very long time. Like it doesn't matter if they can psychically, energetically pick up that you love them. They need that proof in physical reality because we're all humans and we all deserve that, you know, physical proof of someone's love. All right, you have the King of Cups in reverse. That's so funny that this came out for you because this is like what you think will happen. And it's like you think that this person doesn't love you or doesn't like you because they're not coming forward very, like, I guess you could say aggressively with that. And here's the thing. I feel like you guys had a lot of toxic relationships in the past. And it was either one way or the other. You either relived your traumas by getting involved with emotionally unavailable people, or you got together with weirdos who like completely felt comfortable bypassing the fact that you have all these walls up. And these weirdos may have been like obsessed with you, and like borderline like creepy abusive with you. So I feel like the reason why you attract those two very different people, where it's either they're emotionally avoidant or they are way too clingy, it actually stems from within you and this inability to receive healthy love. All of your problems will resolve themselves in love and relationships. Like almost all of them will resolve when you do this soul retrieval process. All right. You have the 5 of Pentacles. You're very negative mindset when it comes to love. I'm not surprised. Honestly, I see a little bit of myself in this reading as well. I really resonate with you guys so hardcore. I just want to let you know that like you're not alone here. I am not judging you by any means. In fact, I'm learning so much from this reading myself. I feel like if I was watching this video, I would probably select group number 2 as well. I mean, I don't have a horse person in my life, but I resonate with you guys on like a spiritual level. Let's see. All right, where do you think this is gonna go? High Priestess in reverse. Man, you guys got trust issues. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm not bullying you. I hope you all know that I am saying all of this out of complete and utter love and respect for you guys. And, you know, this is a really good reading, in my opinion. I love this. I am so happy we're uncovering this about you. So let's see where they think this will go. Ace of Swords. They're hoping in a good direction. They're hoping that, or they think that there will be some more communication in the future. You know, they don't think that you guys are in separation at all. They think that over time you guys will open up more and hopefully like discover what direction you guys are going in. You know, it's very interesting. We haven't gotten much information on your person, I feel. This reading is very heavily talking about you. Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is really funny because where they think it's going, and I always view the person watching, as the divine feminine, even if you're not. I know most of you are women, or just even if you're a man, heavily in your divine feminine energy. So whenever I do readings and we see like queens come up, I always think they're you. And I always think the kings are the counterparts. It doesn't matter if you're lesbian, doesn't matter if you're gay, doesn't matter if you're man, I don't care. But it's funny because you have the divine counterparts of the cups, the king and queen of cups, where you think this is going, and they're viewing you as like just someone they really love and cherish, and they want to open up to this relationship, and you're almost viewing them from this untrusting eye, this mistrustful place, because you don't want to get hurt again. Okay, your inner child is always on high alert of people, especially if they remind you of the person who hurt you in the first place, the parental guide or whoever the heck hurt you in the first place. Like if it was your father, for example, when a man or a very masculine person or someone who has similar traits to your father is trying to come in and love you and actually treat you right, you go on high alert. Okay. And anyways, this person right off the bat is like viewing this as divine counterparts. You both view this as divine counterpart, like soulmate energy, but you're viewing it from a very mistrustful, quite frankly, like broken and hurtful place. And they're just like completely optimistic. Like we're going to open up to each other. Like will be a really good relationship. Oh, wow. Death in reverse. Yeah, here's the thing, guys. They do not want to let you go. But, this is a big old but. They don't know what else they could do if you keep resisting this relationship. And I feel they are drawn back in towards you so often. And, you know, what they think will happen in this relationship, they think, you know, that there's going to be a conversation in the future. I feel like they're going to open their heart up to you. And it feels like one last time. I'm getting that song by Ariana Grande in my head, which, oh my gosh, used to make me cry so much when I was in high school, called One Last Time. One last time, I need you here. Or I don't remember the lyrics. Go ahead and look it up. There may be lyrics there for you. But I feel like they're going to come forward with communication, trying to get closer to you, see where you're at, and they're hoping that will lead you somewhere very nice. However, they don't want to let this go, but I feel like, you know, they're almost at their wits' end here, guys. Like, you really need to open up to this person, let them know how you feel. Honestly, if I were you, I would, after this reading, go into a deep meditation, do that soul retrieval that I told you about, okay? Coax that inner child back, integrated into your life, do a lot for your inner child, and then immediately after all of that, call this person up and tell them how you feel. Straight up, that's what I would do if I were you. Let's see where this is gonna go. Let's see what the actual outcome of this connection will be. The Fool reverse. This is the perfect first card to clarify everything we just went over, essentially, because the Fool in the tarot represents trusting your feelings, trusting the process, and just taking a leap of faith and going for it. So when it's in reverse here, it's showing that resistance that you have, you know, not taking that leap of faith, hesitating, having these walls up, fearful. And it's funny because in this particular deck, he's even like sniffing a rose and he looks in love. But he still hangs on to his comfort zone, that safety, you know, those defense mechanisms, because love can be scary, you know? So when this comes out in reverse, it does show that hesitation. Wow. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Oh my gosh, resistance to love, resistance to affection. You know, this is a funny reading because I feel like a lot of you guys have had a similar reading like this in the past, but you were always the horse person. You were always the one connecting with people who were emotionally unavailable. You never viewed yourself that way. So this may be like a shocker, but it may resonate at the same time. And you know what? Low-key, people who consistently get together with emotionally unavailable people are themselves, at some level, emotionally unavailable. Yeah. I mean, we see the path forward here. You definitely need to reintegrate this inner child. And I feel like the Page of Cups in reverse is very good at depicting that inner child. Pages are children. Okay. And the cups represent emotions and emotional wounding to a child. And, you know, Page of Cups generally, when upright, represents the ability to express your love, to receive and give healthy, emotionally secure love. But it's in reverse. There is a healing that needs to take place there. We have the Hierophant. Guys, I feel like if you successfully do all of this, there's really good potential for this relationship to be serious. And I'm actually seeing marriage level serious. I'm not exaggerating at all. I am seeing family marriage level seriousness potential between you and this person. But there is a core healing needed. High Priestess reverse coming out again. Look at that. What you thought would happen. We see it coming out. And, you know, this is the High Priestess is a card of knowing oneself, connecting with one's spirituality, and standing perfectly in the center of shadow and light, and really acknowledging your shadow side, integrating that shadow side. Because when you avoid your shadow side, it controls you. High Priestess in reverse also shows not being open with your emotions and keeping things hidden, keeping things secret, keeping things trapped beneath the surface. Get vulnerable with this person. Share how you feel. And you know what? If they don't accept it, they don't accept it. And then you could say to your inner child, see, we acknowledge someone who did not accept our love, and they're out of our life now. And we're going to keep, you know, meeting new people, and those who are able to reciprocate love, we will keep them in our lives. Literally treat your inner child that you are reintegrating back into your soul, the one that was hurt, as if they were your own child, you know, because you're in a position to be the parent now. Just like you wouldn't sit here and tolerate dating someone who avoids your kid and, like, say they're like a step parent to your kid. You wouldn't sit there and let them like talk abusively towards your child or ignore them and pretend they don't exist, and your child is miserable because of it. You would sit there with your child and say, I'm going to protect you. I'm leaving this person because I love you and you deserve, only the best. Treat your own inner child like that when you reintegrate it. This reading, guys, who would have thought? Who would have thought? We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. There's that fear of imbalance, unrequited love, you guys were givers in the past. That's another thing. Like, you kept getting into relationships where you gave everything because you never wanted people to feel the way that you felt in your life. But ironically, that's just you repeating the same wound over and over and over again because you were giving to people who were not giving equally back. Crazy. There's so many ways in which this wound controlled the outcomes of your life. It's time. It's time to reintegrate. It's time to heal. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. It's time to get uncomfortable. What's going to happen in this connection? Whew. I feel like we pretty much already got what needs to happen. The question now is, are you going to take that path of healing? 3 of Pentacles reverse. Are you going to work with this person and let them in? 3 of Pentacles in reverse is someone who cannot work with others. You do everything on your own. You may have your entire life been surrounded by people, but have always felt alone because this part of your soul was separate from you, left behind. Oh my God, I want to cry. This is a very deep reading, guys. This is extremely serious. You need to integrate this wounded part of you back into your current day soul. And so much power will be reintegrated when you do this. Like, in all areas of life, not just love. Like, some of you may have been feeling like, why is it so hard for me to manifest money? Why is it so hard for me to manifest this, manifest that? All of this that you're trying to manifest that has been blocked, it's because you don't have the part of you that receives. That part of you was left behind when it was critically wounded at a young age or past life. And when you reintegrate this part of you back, everything in your life is going to change. All of the areas of life where you felt like you had to be stingy, protective, because you barely got drops and breadcrumbs of love, attention, money, whatever it was, and you had to grip onto that for dear life, and you had to fiercely protect that, will be replaced with this never-stopping flow of abundance once you reintegrate the inner child, the part of you that receives love and care and protection from your parents. It goes beyond just your physical blood parents in this lifetime. This is your trust, your faith in Mother Earth, in Daddy Spirit itself, to provide you with the love, the blessings, the attention that you deserve. You need to heal this critical wounding, reintegrate this part of yourself back in order to receive anything that you feel like you've been receiving breadcrumbs in. 6 of Swords. It is by the grace of Spirit themselves that you were able to receive just enough to survive this entire time. The funny thing about that is you may have even complained to the universe, like, why do you always give me the absolute bare minimum? And once I start having more savings or more happiness, more love, it gets taken away. You may have complained to the universe about that. And the funny thing is, the fact that you even got exactly what you needed to survive was a massive blessing when the part of you that receives is not attached to your current main soul that your consciousness resides in. Like, that was a huge protection and blessing from the universe. Like, they kept you surviving, they kept you living and breathing and always having what you need in order to move forward. That like is an insane blessing. And it's so funny because for the longest time you thought you were cursed, and really that was a blessing. And the reason why you couldn't receive is because you need to go back and retrieve that part of yourself. Anyways, we see here in this relationship moving to calmer waters with each other. I feel like there's a lot of great hope in this connection if you do this deep spiritual work. Who would have thought this reading would be so deep? You know, this is more of a read into your inner psychology than anything else. Oh my gosh. This is a great, I love this. I love readings like this. I'm gonna have to take a break after this though. 7 of Swords, you're not falling into a trap, I promise you. And I actually love how this goes from the 6 of Swords to the 7 of Swords. And I'm actually viewing the 7 of Swords as quite positive because I feel like there is a deep seriousness with this reading, first and foremost, but also when it comes to like love in general. And I feel like a return to lighthearted, playful, fun, flirtatious energies is coming for you in this relationship as you do this inner healing. And your inner child will start coming out so much more after you integrate them. So it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And when I say inner child, I don't mean like general inner child. I mean like this fragment of your soul specifically that was lost at a very young age or in a past life. Okay. All right. That's my sign when the cards fall like that, you know, that's it for this deck. So that's all you need to know about this relationship. A return to love, and there's so much potential here for something deep and serious. But I'm grateful for this relationship that you have with this person, for this connection, because it's able to show you the parts of yourself that desperately need healing. And this part of yourself, not healing, but reintegration. This part of yourself will literally change everything once you reintegrate it. Like, I can't even emphasize the amount of like areas of life that will improve for you as a result of you reintegrating this part of yourself. Okay. Now I just feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. So we're going to finish up this reading. We're going to get some advice from Mama Moon and the romance angels when it comes to this connection specifically. So Mama Moon, what do you have to say about this connection to group number 2? We have 2 new moons here. New moons are the moon of new beginnings. You have the new moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Oh my gosh, yeah. And new moon in Pisces, both water signs, meditate and contemplate. Yeah, new moon in Pisces is very spiritual. So this is asking you to do that spiritual work we talked about. And I feel like, you know, this person is still going to be here for you when all is said and done. So that is incredibly powerful, beautiful. I love that. All right. Romance angels, what do you have to say? Release your ex. Oh my gosh. Yeah, release several exes. Release all the exes. Like I said earlier, all of your past relationships were repeating the same wounding. Okay, so when you actually heal from that original wound, I feel like as a natural result, you're going to release these people anyways, or those relationships will naturally transform to a point where you're not even like interested in them anymore. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. This codependency, again, is a result of that original wounding. We have playfulness. This is what is being revived. Yes, to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. This is what's going to return to you. Oh my gosh, I love this. Anything else, romance angels? Okay, you had 2 cards. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And you have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this is kind of saying, allow yourself to be very, very open. Oh, another one came out. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah, this is beautiful. I think you guys are really good together and you feel drawn back to each other. And this person seems very patient and extremely loving, just exactly what you need right now. So I love all of this for you, okay? Thank you all for coming to me for this reading. Comment how this resonated down below. I love to hear your story. Give me the tea, give me the gossip, let me know. And subscribe if you have not already. Okay, if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. Let's see where this connection is going. So to start off, we're going to do an energy check just to make sure that you selected the right groups. And my intention is that the left-hand side is going to represent you and the right-hand side is going to represent your person. Now, there's going to be a special few of you who will find yourself on the right-hand side, and that is totally fine. Just know that I'm going to be referring to you guys as the left-hand side. So if you feel more like you're the right-hand side, you're just going to have to filter that language out and watch the reading as if you're the person on the right-hand side, okay? If there is anything here that really doesn't resonate with your situation, don't take it. It's not for you. If the whole thing doesn't resonate, you may have selected the wrong group, so you can go back and select another one, or there just might not be any messages for you in today's video. So let's dive into it. You're being represented by the cosmic egg. Wow, with this serpent wrapped around it, constantly changing. You are very spiritually alive and awakened, connected. And the cosmic egg just represents the truth of life, the meaning of the universe, and you having access to that. And, you know, having the serpent wrapped around that cosmic egg also shows that you are someone who has gone through so many life transformations. You're always changing your mind about people, about situations, and I feel like your thoughts and opinions towards this relationship are seemingly ever changing. So that is very interesting. Your person is being represented, if I could get their card, by the dolphin. Oh, what a cutie pie. Okay, so the dolphin does show water energy. And that would be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. They may have one of the signs. They might not. It doesn't matter. And this is just very playful, optimistic, incredibly emotionally intelligent. I don't know why I'm getting the message that this person is like funny, but in a smart way, like in an intelligent way. First off, I think that people who are genuinely, truly funny, and not trying to be funny, but actually like belly laugh funny, are really, really smart. Because they have enough self-awareness to kind of pick up on what everyone else is thinking but not saying. And so I don't know, there's like a silliness about this person. I'm getting like golden retriever energy. So for some of you, this person, I'm literally seeing like dirty blonde hair, like that's kind of curly, and I'm seeing like glasses, and that's very specific. So, and it's not going to resonate with most of you, but I am seeing that with someone here. They could be like university educated. They don't have to be. I'm just getting like a lot of different visuals for someone, okay? And yeah, this is a lot of optimism, a lot of fun. And here's the thing that I see here. Let's take a look at these two cards next to each other. Notice how the cosmic egg has all these same colors that are surrounding the dolphin, but you keep this love, this connection, this beautiful energy sort of protected, locked away. You don't give everyone access to this part of you. You know, they have to go through trials in order to get that. Whereas this person just lives in that energy. So for example, you may be very funny and silly, intelligent, but you only give a certain few people access to that side of you. Only a few people get to see your inner silliness and, you know, your comfortability essentially. Whereas this person, they may be a little bit more like extroverted out there, and they give everyone access to this side of them, which I will say makes them more vulnerable. You know, there's a reason why so many famous comedians and people like that suffer from depression and, you know, are afflicted by negative entities and energies. It's because they are very vulnerable and they do put themselves out there, and you know, it takes a certain amount of openness to do that. So no one's in the right or wrong here. I think you're just more like you save that energy for people you trust, people you know, want to let in, and this person kind of just lives in that energy and is always in that energy. And one thing I want to say here, group number 3, is don't look down upon yourself for not being able to be in that energy like all the time with whoever, you know, like you may be very, very loud and social and funny and, silly, but you only let a few people in on that. And to the rest of the world, you may be not like reserved, but, or maybe a little bit reserved, or just like keeping to yourself, minding your own business, which is phenomenal. Don't look down upon yourself because this person that you're interacting with is able to do that and you're not, because, they're not better or worse for you. It's good that they do that, but there's also a downside to that, which is they are more affected by negative energy sent to them by other people. So I like this. I feel like you're both very similar. You have similar energy. You just go about expressing that in a different way. So it may take some time for you to open up in that way, whereas this person's kind of always in that energy. This person may be a little bit more outgoing, friendly to you. For example, like you may not necessarily just walk up to a stranger and strike up a conversation. And this person has no problem doing that. So, all right. Your major arcana card is the Devil. Okay, group number 3, you little freaks. I see how it is. All right. Gosh darn. We see where you stand in this connection. To me, whenever the Devil comes out in like a reading like this, it can show some like problematic things, yes, but it is also very sexual to me. So I don't know what the heck's going on in your guys' mind. But we're going to see the major arcana card of the Dolphin person. They have the World in reverse. Okay. There may be some stories of theirs, some chapters that they have to finish out before they can really give themselves fully to a connection. And I don't know what these chapters are. For some of you, they could be going through like school or like a transitionary period where they might be like moving. I'm seeing for a select few of you, and I hope this isn't the case, that they are actually in a relationship with someone else. And, they may be going through some sort of divorce or breakup process there, and it's just not time for the relationship. I want to know more about you, though, and why the Devil is coming out. Usually when the Devil comes out, it can represent like a strong attachment that can border on like an unhealthy attachment. But we're going to see. Let's see what your energy is towards this connection. We have adjacent possibilities. Interesting. There's something here in this connection where you're like kind of fantasizing or thinking about the various outcomes and keeping an open mind. Here, the current path that you're on when it comes to this connection, I feel like there's other ways of doing things. There's other paths that you're more interested in and you'd like to pursue that. For example, if you're like not with this person, this adjacent possibilities card may be saying like, oh, well, what if we got together? What if we did this? I don't know why. I get the weird feeling that for some of you, you're not even with this person. This could be someone you have a heavy crush on. And I'm getting this sense that for some of you, you're not even sure if this person likes you back or like has similar feelings towards you. This could be like a work flirtation, school flirtation. This could be a friend of yours who you're developing feelings for. I don't know why I'm getting something like that. Interesting. Their energy is goddess of the moon. Very intuitive, very spiritual, mystical, magical. This is a little bit of a mystery to me. I'm going to have to get more cards here. Sometimes this happens in readings where I'm a little bit lost and I just need to keep going and going, and then everything will click like later on in the reading. But let's keep going. On your side, we have abundance. Beautiful. On their side, they have forgiveness. Let's see what your archetypes are. Yours is the venom. Wow. And you have the snake there. So I'm going to read this from the book because I read it for the other groups. So LX, that would be 63, I believe. 63. Much to our dismay, the venom is always lurking in the shadows in one form or another. Its toxic presence may be found in our relationships, thoughts, speech, or environment. Thankfully, the cycle of purification and detoxification comes so naturally that it is built into our every exhale. We breathe out carbon dioxide and the plants return it to us as oxygen. Archetypal venom is rarely remedied as easily, however, and it can come in potent forms and quantities that are deeply damaging to us and to the world. When the venom card appears, there is a harmful substance in our psychic realm that must be identified. Perhaps your words have a sting of poison about them. Perhaps a relationship is slowly draining your reserves. Acknowledgement is the first step. Change is the second. The remedy will reveal itself in time, and with it, forgiveness. Wow. And their energy has forgiveness. Oh my gosh. In your light attributes, you have self-realization through suffering. And in your dark attributes, your shadow attributes, you have unwillingness to find a solution or forgive. Guys, you have the venom, you have the devil card, adjacent possibilities, the serpent here that is protecting the beauty, the love within. I feel that this connection, or how you're approaching this connection, is actually not healthy for you. Okay, so I'm getting different scenarios for all of you guys watching, so it's going to be hard for me to get specifics here. But like I said, for some of you, I feel like this is like a crush, someone you're not even with, who you're very, very strongly attached to. It feels like limerence. And if you're unfamiliar with the word limerence, I highly recommend looking it up, especially if you are someone who uses the word twin flames a lot. Look up the word limerence. It's essentially the strong sort of romantic obsession that we naturally form, in the beginning of relationships. We become like kind of obsessed with new partners that we're dating, etc. However, it turns toxic when we are not with those people and those feelings are not 100% reciprocated. Or like if the dynamic of your relationship is not super healthy. So I feel like that needs to be worked through here. Another thing I'm seeing that is possible for a few of you, and this isn't going to resonate for all of you, I do wonder if the way you use your words and your language in this connection is damaging to the love and the good feelings that you have with this person. So I don't know, some of you guys, this may be a reading where you're getting this reading after some sort of fight that you had with this person, or it's just that like this person, like you're not even together in the first place. Those are the two biggest like themes I'm getting here. But there is some energies that I'm picking up on psychically in the spiritual realm, in the energetic realm, in your aura attached to this relationship that are negative, okay, that needs to be worked through. Interesting. Their archetype is the poet. I kind of got this from them. I wouldn't be surprised if they did poetry or like acting or something like that. They're just giving me that vibe, or like comedy, especially. I saw comedy a lot. All right. And I'm going to read their archetype. The poet's work is to feel immensely and not be afraid. They must seek out truth in the darkest corners of the world and carry it back for all to see. This unique capacity resides within us all, regardless of our relationship to creativity. When the poet energy is present, there is a call for deep honesty and reflection, for seeing the big picture within the little one. The poet rides effortlessly between the personal and universal. It's possible that others may not seem to listen or care about the poet's work, but do not be discouraged. The words of the poet ring true for centuries to come, soothing the wounds of despair and violence that captivate our world. The poet's work is never finished. Find your voice and trust that the wind will carry it. Very beautiful. And their light attributes are clairvoyance, wisdom, and timelessness. Their shadow attributes are harmful words, sharp tongue, and thwarted creativity. Wow. Okay, so we're actually seeing sharp words on both sides. So this may be, you guys may be mirroring each other a lot, and you may see yourself a lot in both of these energies. It's almost like a reading where this is your introverted side and this is your extroverted side, but it's like you're seeing this in another person. And you both have these moods of introversion, extroversion. You both need to forgive each other, and you both need to, learn how to communicate a bit more softly. Not just in your communication, but also in how you're viewing each other. I feel like you both need to learn how to view each other from a very trusting, soft, and loving perspective instead of a defensive perspective. So that's what I'm seeing here, guys. Wow. I want more information on this. I feel like I'm not getting the full story of who you guys are. So let's dive into the tarot portion of this reading now. So first, I'm going to use one deck, and we're going to shuffle up some cards on both sides to see where you both want this relationship to go, where you both want to be with each other. This feels like a connection where there's a lot of love. It's almost like you're very attached to making this work or wanting this to happen, but it's like, why? Why do you want it to work? Why do you want it to happen? Because there seems to be either like a lot of misunderstanding, more toxic like energies, harmful energies. That's just what I'm picking up on intuitively. I feel guided to say, is this love or is this a very strong attachment where you just want this to work out so badly, like you're obsessed with making it work out? But why? Because the softness isn't present right now. But I think deep down that you guys are very similar. Like you have the same color palette here, and you can see the potential of this working out, and you're very attached to it working out. But let's see what comes up. Where do you want this connection to go? Where do you want this connection to go? And let's see. I'm just going to pull a few cards at random. All right. 4 of Cups. Yeah, there's a dissatisfaction with where you're currently at here. King of Pentacles, you want something grounded, you want something more solid, more committed. Even with the 4 coming out, the number 4 itself is one of stability, knowing exactly where you stand with someone. We have the 4 of Wands. This is the marriage card. This is settling down. This is long-term happy. This is Luna. Long-term happy relationships. Luna comes out in readings whenever she feels like someone has a really good energy and needs her snuggles. So everyone say hi to Luna. 2 4s here. This is strongly showing me that you want something a lot more committed, a lot more stable, either in a committed relationship if you're not already, or marriage, moving in, having a home together. That's the energy we're seeing here. Even 4 cards came out. 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, the thing is there is some... Oh my God. Yep. Luna, really? That's where you're going to sit? That's where you're going to lay? Okay. Well, anyways, there is some fear here, and there are some walls that need to be let down. And I feel like defensiveness sometimes gets in the way of love. Fear sometimes gets in the way of love here. And you're just wanting to sort of overcome that with this person and just openly love and communicate with them and settle into something really deep. But it's really interesting to me that you want that, because like I said, the energies just feel a little bit negative. So let's see what they want for this relationship, and maybe that'll clarify some things, because I don't know if you guys are like on the same page or not. So let's see, what do they want for this connection? What do they want? Where do they want this relationship to go? And okay, we have the 6 of Cups, and it is coming out mostly in reverse like this. Okay, 6 of Cups shows friendships, and it's Luna. Luna, there's many places for you to lay. Anyways, 6 of Cups in reverse does show some friendships. You guys may have known each other for a while and not have been romantically involved for a while. I need to get more cards though. Like, wow, we need to clarify this. All right, let's see. I'm shuffling. You just can't see it because there's no space, because Luna decided that she's going to lay right there. All right. we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. To me, I don't think this person is able or willing to give you the connection that you deserve, that you want. It feels like their energy is more preoccupied elsewhere. For some of you, they may not, like I said, for some of you, I even wonder if this person knows who you are. Because I'm definitely picking up the presence for some of you watching. Oh, we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is a matching couple coming out on both sides, but their side is in reverse. So I feel like the person that you are wanting to be in this connection with is resisting you, resisting this relationship. And that's what may make it toxic, because you're holding very tightly onto this connection. And even your friends, I feel, may be like, why do you still give them a chance over and over and over again? Why are you still fighting for this? Because through their actions itself, they seem to not be committed or not want commitment, to not give you any form of action. We have the Page of Wands. They're all talk. They love talking. They'll probably talk to you quite a bit. They're charming. They're probably well-traveled, funny, educated, whatever. I see the appeal. I totally do, group number 3. I just wonder why you continue to fight. Okay, Luna, I'm gonna have to ask you to move. I love you, but your friends may even question, like, why do you still hold out hope for them? Why do you even bother? Because their energy feels like they're just not giving you much to work with. So I feel you want different things here. They don't want commitment. They want something more casual, it feels like, less committed. And, they may really enjoy you. I feel like they do really enjoy you. However, like they like talking to you for sure. They think about like your thoughts, feelings, and perspectives when it comes to various subjects, I see. And, they have a lot of fun with you. They're being represented by the dolphin, which is, very fun, very exciting. I feel like they enjoy your friendship, your companionship. It's like they go to you when they want that sort of like good conversation and to feel validated, to have that companionship and all of that. But it's like beyond that, I'm questioning if they want anything more solid. And you know what, group number 3, don't pretend with this person like you're okay with not being committed or not, having them give you the proper like action and time that you deserve. You can survive, it's called crap fitting, trying to convince yourself that, you're fine with receiving less than what your needs are and what your wants are. And a lot of people who grew up in neglectful households where their thoughts and feelings or basic needs were neglected are really good at crap fitting, really good at convincing yourself that you're okay with a situation where your basic needs and wants are not being met. And this shows up in your relationships. But group number 3, you deserve someone who wants to commit, who wants you in their life fully, who wants the full package, not like, and you may even be thinking like, you have so much to offer, group number 3, like you really do. That's why you're protecting your inner sweetness. Like you offer so much in connections, not even just relationships, but friendships as well. You give your all. You really like analyze people deeply is what I'm seeing as well. Like you'll look up their, like if you're into astrology, you'll look up their whole entire natal chart to figure them out. You'll unpack their psychology. You will go the whole 9 yards to try to understand this person. You encourage people to go towards their dreams. You're really great at that. And oftentimes in life, you may feel that in your friendships and your relationships, people do so much character growth and development through being your friend. You give them funny jokes. You give them great recommendations. They dress better because of you. They become better. They go after their dreams, their goals. They heal so much. And at the end of the relationship, you look back and they've done all this growing and you've gotten nothing out of it. And this is a pattern that needs to end, group number 3, and the reason why that's happening is because you are settling for people who do not give what you give, which is emotional security and safety, a willingness to commit, a willingness to, I think it'll just be such a game changer if you finally get into a relationship or a friendship with someone, and Luna's really into you guys, okay? You guys must have cats or be cat people, I think. But she just wants to give you a hug. She wants to snuggle you. She loves you. Oh my gosh. You just deserve so much better. All right, we're going to dive into where you think this relationship will go. So this isn't necessarily where you want it to go. This is where you think it will go. And then we'll see where they think this is going as well. Okay. Let's see. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is either very slow moving or Luna, really? Very slow moving or very fast moving. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking that some of you are convinced this is going nowhere. Eight of Wands reversed. You may not even be in communication with this person. And the Six of Swords reversed. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty dismal. Oh my gosh, Luna. Sorry, guys. I mean, I don't think you guys expect it to really go anywhere further because this person isn't really giving you any solid indications that where did all of those cards just go? Oh, I guess this one also came out. Nine of Wands upright. I didn't even realize that was there because Luna just immediately sat on it. Oh, I just had to take a break because I'm getting so discombobulated here. And your energy, I feel it. I don't think you guys feel or think that this is going to go somewhere positive because there's literally just no signs of that. And there may not even be communication right now. You're where you want it to go. Nine of Wands reversed, which remember we were saying overcoming that fear and opening up to each other. You don't think that's actually going to happen. Because the Nine of Wands is coming out upright in what you think is going to happen. Eight of Wands in reverse shows a blockage in communication. Six of Swords in reverse shows a fear here that you're never going to get to peaceful waters and to a place where both of your needs will be met. So your outlook on this is pretty negative. Where do they think this is going, though? The Tower. Yeah, look at that. Things built on a unhealthy or toxic foundation must come to an end. And guys, if this is not your reading, don't force it to resonate. Wow, Queen of Pentacles in reverse is coming out twice for them and what they want to happen and what will happen. The Moon in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse shows me a sort of selfishness. And I'm going to be completely blunt and honest with you guys here. I think this person really enjoys your companionship, everything that you give to this connection without boundaries, your attention. If you're physically intimate with this person, they enjoy that. But Queen of Pentacles reversed also shows me and I just saw 1, 2, 3 on the clock as I'm saying this, so I know it's true. They're not interested in committing to that or giving that energy back. Wow. And the Moon in reverse, there's some deeper psychological reasons for this. This person may fear commitment or there's just some deeper stuff going on that I don't even honestly feel like unpacking in this reading because it's not worth it. It really isn't. And I feel like you're the type of person to constantly analyze them and why they do what they do psychologically. And you're such an empath. You can see why people act the way they act. And you may not like the way that they're acting, but you justify it because you can see how they were hurt in the past or in their childhood or whatever. And you let that be the reason why you stay. And Spirit's saying, okay, just because you can understand why they act the way they act does not make it okay and does not mean that you should stay. And it's not your job to heal this person. It's not your job to wait for them as they go on their healing journey. And they're kind of treating you like not good, guys. Like, really not good. Wow. We have the Five of Wands and Strength. Five of Wands shows more arguing. There's like a sort of like argumentative energy shared between you guys. And I think that they think that that's going to keep going. The Strength card does show actually some hope for improvement though on their end, and thinking that, you know, you guys will become stronger over time, weirdly enough. But this is just, I don't know, this reading, I'm not into it. I don't like this connection, but we're going to see where this is actually going. And then we're going to get some advice for you. So where is this actually going? Spirit, where is this relationship, this connection actually going for group number? Okay. Five of Cups. This is a card of endings. This is a card of mourning the loss. And, you know, I feel like there is a focus on everything that went wrong. It's almost like the negative outweighs the positive here. I really do see that. And I'm getting very tired just doing this reading. Five of Pentacles reverse. Yeah. The issue is there's just not enough here. This person seems to be neglecting you. And you know, here's the thing, guys. If you resonate with the dolphin side, I want to talk to you directly right now. I don't think you're approaching this in quite a negative type of way. I feel like you just may not be as, I don't want to say interested, as deeply interested, or you just may have more going on in your life at this time than the cosmic egg person does. And everything that's going on in your life is quite a distraction for you. And it's like your energy is being pulled in various different directions. Whereas the cosmic egg person is very selective with who and what they put their energy towards. And so when the cosmic egg person gets into connections that are deeper or have a more romantic element, they are fully like prepared for that. And they can give a lot of time and a lot of energy towards that person. So if you're the dolphin person, I don't think you're bad. I just think you have less to give in this connection than the cosmic egg person has to give, because your energy is being pulled in multiple different directions. Another thing I'm seeing here is that the dolphin person may have a lot of people around them or situations around them that pull on their energy constantly because they have less boundaries with who they share their sweet energy with. So if you are the dolphin person, I also want to warn you of possibly people pleasing and constantly doing favors for your friends, the people around you that you don't want to do. You may think that the only person it harms is you, but it actually harms people like the cosmic egg person because you're giving them less of your time, energy, and affection. And this is someone who would give you the world, okay, who would pour so much into you. But when you're people pleasing and spreading yourself too thin, you're not able to pour as much back. You put less of a concentrated energy here. So I don't see the negative on either side here. I think you're both in the right. It just feels like the cosmic egg person puts a lot more stock in their relationships, and the dolphin person just is spread a little bit more thin. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with either of you for how you operate, but it's just painful to be together because of that, you know? And I know the majority of you are the cosmic egg person in this connection, and you may be feeling like neglected. And I'm sorry if you're the dolphin person and this is hard to hear. But yeah, the cosmic egg person, your person, feels neglected if that's the case. And again, it's like a situation where if you're the dolphin person, you may want to give more and become stronger with the cosmic egg person, but you may be admitting to yourself, like, I can't give you what you want. You know, that this is one of those situations where the dolphin person may be saying like, I can't give you what you want. I can't give the amount of energy that you give. And guys, if someone ever says that to you, listen to them. Don't wait for them, okay? Because you deserve someone who can give you what you can give, and then some. You deserve someone who is ready and available for you in the present moment, because the present moment is all we have. And I feel like many of you are so undyingly loyal to people who have not earned it, you know? And I'm not trying to say that the dolphin person's a bad person and they haven't earned it, whatever. But like, what do I mean by earned it? I mean, like, they have already proven to you in the past. You already have a history with them of them giving and pouring into you. You know, don't be loyal and committed to people who have not proven themselves yet. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going into this connection and they're saying, I can't give you what you want, you shouldn't be loyal to them and wait for them to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, if you have like a lifelong best friend and they're in like a chapter of their life where they can't give as much as you, that's one thing, okay? That's like, I understand being loyal in that scenario. But like, you should not be doing that with people who are newer or connections that haven't warranted that sense of loyalty yet. Especially if you met this person on like a dating app or in some sort of scenario where it's implied that you're both ready and looking for a relationship or a dating scenario. Oh my God. Don't even give this person the time of day if that's the case. And I'm sorry to say that if you're the dolphin person, but you should not be giving off the impression that you're looking for something serious if you don't have any room for it in your life. I'm sorry to say it, but that can cause a lot of tension, a lot of arguments, which we see here. And if you want to avoid that in the future, like, don't do that. Like, make space in your life before you start looking for that and telling people or giving the impression that that's what you want. All right, where is this actually going? 5 of Swords. And would you look at that? 5, 5, 5. You keep having 5s come up in your reading, like all over the place, even over here. Oh my gosh. 5 is the number of change, but in the tarot, all of these 5s represent endings, walking away. It's not working. If you keep trying to make this work, it's only going to lead to more pain and suffering, feeling neglected, and more arguing, quite frankly. You know, so I really don't think this is going to last. I'm just being honest with you. And even on their side, even on the dolphin side, they have the Tower for what they think this is the outcome of this, which is ending. You know, ending. It's just toxic to keep going. It's not healthy to keep going. Let me know your stories down below in the comment section. I'd actually really love to hear that. And I'm sure we can all support each other. All the group number 3s, you know, I'm sure it'd be fascinating. Not only for me to read your story, but other people who selected this group. So feel free to leave that if you feel comfortable. Where is this going? Is there anywhere else this is going, or just these 3 cards? Where is this going, Spirit? Oh, cards are dancing. Okay, we have a card. We have 2 cards. 10 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, whenever this is in reverse, it shows problems. Queen of Swords. You know, this is the queen that reminds me of being single. I don't think this is going to last, guys. I'm just being 100%. And I don't even think there's more to... Oh, look at that, bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords reversed. I don't even think there's more to unpack here. If you keep trying to fight for this, it's going to lead you to, like, mental health issues, like exhaustion, staying up late at night, worrying about this. It's not worth it. You know, one of my mantras for 2023 was, no man is worth my peace. And that got me through the year, let me tell you, because there were some people who tried to try me and they did not succeed. They did not get my peace, and I am so happy now because of it. And it doesn't matter, man, woman, they, them, I don't care who you're dating. Like, they're not worth your peace. Nobody is worth your peace. And if this is a situation that's taking your peace of mind and you're up late at night worrying about it, you are anxious, you're losing weight, you're eating differently because of it, like, it is not worth it. get rid of this connection, embrace your solitude, embrace being single, because that is just so much better than sitting here and begging for scraps of someone's attention and begging them to just treat you like a normal person, a normal, healthy relationship. My God. And if you're the dolphin person, I just think you need someone who is less. You need someone who does not, how do I put this? If you really want someone right now where you're currently at in your life and you're the dolphin person, you need someone who gives less, who does less. And I don't mean that in an offensive way, but like, oh my God, if you're the cosmic egg person, for example, it reminds me of that quote, like, if I'm too much, go find less. And I know that has like a sting to it. And I don't mean that in a bad way if you're the dolphin person, but legitimately, like, this person, the cosmic egg person, is incredibly giving and soft, and they really prioritize relationships. And you may not prioritize it to the level that they do. You may not give to the level that they do. And legitimately, and I am not saying this in a sarcastic or mean way, find someone who gives less, who will be more comfortable with you giving less, because it's equal, it's balanced. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Like, you can't be in this situation where someone is giving you a lot more. And here's the thing, that could even feel suffocating at times. I've been on both sides of this, and I really want to say, like, there is no shame to either of you here. Like, if you're the dolphin person, I'm not trying to make you feel shamed. Like, I have been in relationships because, like, I have a business, I have a life, I have a lot of friends, I have a ton of hobbies. And, I've been in relationships before where they wanted to hang out like every single day. They wanted to talk like every single day. And I'm cool with talking every day. I don't mind that. But like, I can't drop everything to hang out with someone every single day. I just don't have enough time in my schedule. And I have been with people in the past who really had an issue with that. And it was a little bit emotionally exhausting, constantly going over that issue over and over and over again. And none of us were in the wrong. It was just that we were different. And I don't blame those people for that. I think it's very sweet. I think it's amazing. And they literally deserve relationships with people who can give that to them. But in those connections, I found myself wanting those people to like date someone else. So that way all the pressure's not on me. Or, like develop some sort of like hobby or new job or something like that. And if you find yourself in that position, like, it's just a lack of compatibility. There's nothing wrong with either of you. And same thing with the cosmic egg person. You are not needy at all. In fact, I feel like you might be normal. I feel like the dolphin person may be just exceptionally busy or having a lot going on in their life currently. You are not needy for wanting commitment, for wanting a relationship, for wanting more time, more affection. So don't view it in that way. Stop trying to change yourself. This is genuinely a relationship that is simply not compatible. And the reason why you want it to work so badly and you have such a strong attachment is because you are very similar and you do see the possibility, the potential there. You are both these beautiful souls and you can see how you would work really, really well in the future together. However, you're not compatible, like in a practical way. And there are tons of people in the world that you are compatible with, who can give you even more than what this person can, okay? And who can meet you where you're at. And you know what? You are a little romantic soul. You may be resistant to releasing this attachment and making this work because, you know, you may say to yourself, like, I don't want to go through the process of meeting another person again and blah, 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 blah. I tell you what, group number 3, before long, you're like, after separating fully from this person, you are going to find yourself back having a huge crush on someone, feeling all these romantic feelings. Like, and look in your history, just look at your past, the amount of times you were crushing hard on someone, falling in love with someone. Like, it'll happen again. I promise you, it'll happen again. And you'll want to spend the rest of your life with that person too, you know. Who are you kidding? Okay. So that's what I am seeing there. Let's get some advice now from Mama Moon. The moon spirit rules over our relationships and our emotions. So she is quite a good spirit to get advice. So what's her advice for this relationship? Okay. Full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. Yeah. You know, embrace the fact that you have needs and wants. Show this person, show the world, especially if you're the cosmic egg person, you're hiding it away. You know, let this relationship, let this person be a lesson for you. Learn from them how to be more open and embracing of what you want and what you need. I feel like this relationship has taught you so many spiritual lessons, so many beautiful lessons on how to be yourself more fully and, you know, be more confident, independent, whatever. Take the lessons this person gave you and leave behind the toxic energies. I feel like that is what Mama Moon is trying to say. Show the world the real you. When you go off into the future dating or whatever, you know, let them know exactly what you want, whatever that may be, marriage, life partner, because when you're honest with what you want and you don't settle for what you don't want, you become so attractive to the people who want the same thing, like ungodly attractive. How cool would it be if you started dating someone, you had a crush on them, you actually like them, you know, you were very passionate about them, and they were like, yeah, I would really love to get married one day or move in, if that's what you want as well. It's like everything that you want, they say that they want that, and they're very upfront about it. They're not playing games. They're not saying like, oh, we'll just see where things go. How hot would it be if you experienced that? Okay, that is how other people perceive you when you say exactly what you want. And when you say what you want, you also filter out a lot of the douchebags that, you know, don't want the same thing. So that was mean. Sorry. We have heart-to-heart conversations coming up. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. Yeah. When it comes to this connection, there may need to be a conversation about this, about what you want, really, fully, truly. Okay. And about what they want, really, fully, truly. And you need to listen to each other. And what listening is radically accepting what the other person says and not trying to wait, not trying to change them. Embracing what they're saying and respecting that. You know, they're perfectly valid. We have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. You know, you guys might be like me. Every time I like go on a trip with someone or like go away for a weekend with someone, I fall in love with them. Like, I fall hard for them. I don't know why. Like, I'll be dating someone for months and it's like, okay, like I have my walls up. I'm like debating, are they even a good person or not? Like, and then I go on some sort of trip with them and I just like melt. I become putty. And yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you guys are similar. And maybe this is wisdom that you can take in your next relationship. Or, I mean, for some of you, it could even be in this relationship, you know, have the heart-to-heart conversation, explaining what you both want and need. Go on a sort of honeymoon together. Although I really don't think this is gonna last. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You know, we don't sugarcoat our readings here, clearly. And I'm sorry if this is not the answer that you wanted. But, you know, if it resonates with your intuition, that's what's important to look at. Even if it's something that your ego doesn't want, even if it's something that you want to resist, like if your intuition is saying, yeah, this makes sense, like that's what you need to listen to. We have retreats. Wow, multiple cards about honeymoon, retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. This could even be like taking a honeymoon or a retreat or some sort of trip for yourself in order to heal from this relationship, which is always a great idea. You know, me, myself, the last heartbreak I experienced, It was a situationship, and you know, it didn't work out in a horrible way. It didn't work out, and I was having a really difficult time for like the following couple of weeks after it. And then one of my friends invited me to visit them, and they live in like a completely different part of the world, and I went, and I only stayed for a few days, but those few days, I tell you what, I completely got over this person that broke my heart. So for some of you, that's the key here. Book a trip after you dump this person, and having something to look forward to will really help you through the heartbreak stage. We have separation. Exactly. This is validating, you know, what we were picking up on here. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. I almost feel like the messages from the romance angels are telling you how to break up with this person. Okay, how to end things with this person, have that heart-to-heart conversation, and then how to heal afterwards, because it'll be a very difficult time afterwards. You're going to want to keep reaching out to them. You're going to want to keep talking to them because you're in a state of limerence. And Spirit is saying, literally, do something bold. Book a trip for yourself or something. You know how people cut their hair after breakups? I feel like that almost, and you could do that too. It almost helps you not reach back out to them because you're making changes. After my last heartbreak, you know, before I went on the trip, when I was like waiting, I cleaned my entire house top to bottom, and I had a spirit come to me while I was doing that and saying, you are cleaning up all of the dust, all of the skin particles, because that's what dust is, literally like skin particles of this person, and you are literally removing them from your house energetically, but also physically, because they're a part of that dust, you know. Gross. But I saw that message, and I cleaned my sheets, I cleaned my bedroom, I cleaned everything top to bottom. I literally removed their energy from my home, and that helped me in my healing process. And, you know, I had something to look forward to. And it doesn't have to be a trip, you know, it could be like a new tattoo or a haircut or something like that. But Spirit is literally saying, like, yeah, like, you know, get that haircut, get that trip, like, do what you have to do. Give yourself something to look forward to. Look forward to the new version of you without this person. Embrace that. And in your future relationships, Spirit is recommending that you go into them showing those people who you are, what you want. And you know what, if they don't want the same thing, okay, that's fine. It was great meeting you, but I'm going to look for someone who does want the same thing. And that'll save you so much heartbreak in the future. So thank you guys for joining me. Definitely comment how this resonated down below. I'd love to hear your stories. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.